next hour or so, 2 hours. So welcome to my office. What we presently live in is a culture which has, for me, 4 stages to masculinity. Yeah? So we have a kind of 4 ages of masculinity. One is you start off being a boy. So we're boys. And boys do whatever it is boys do. Yeah? And when we say boy, we kind of, we say it like this, boy. So we start off being boys. And then at some point, and we don't know when that is, we turn into blokes, don't we? So we've been a boy, and then we become a bloke. Yeah? And that's kind of undefined. There's kind of some kind of transition that happens from being a boy to being a bloke. And we can remain being a bloke for a long time. A hell of a long time. Yeah? So we kind of start off there being boys, we become blokes. Or lads. Maybe, kind of the early bloke is a lad. And then he turns into a bloke. I don't know. But there's these kind of, that's about it. There's the definition. And then we become gits. Old gits. Yeah, so there's this fabulous transition that happens for us men. Yeah? So kind of, we started off as little boys. We become blokes. And then we become old gits. I'm on the verge of gitness right now. And I don't want to be a miserable old git. I want to be a wild old git. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't want to be miserable in my gitness. I want to be scary in my gitness, even. That would be a good place to be a scary old git. So I want you all to remember what it is to receive, right? Because babies receive brilliantly, yeah? By just lying there and going, give it to me. Do you see? That's a fantastic skill. It's a fantastic skill. So I want you all to just go back there, right? If I'm going to make a fool of myself, you can as well, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say to you, just do this, just do this. And just imagine this huge pink thing coming into your mouth. Open your mouth, open your mouth. Oh my God! Children, in their exploration of the world, come across awe. Something that we all need in our lives so much, to be in awe of the world. Look, it's a blue light! Wow! It's an exit sign! Wow! Do you get it? Just if each of us were to do these disciplines, do you see what I'm saying? It's clever. If each of us did these disciplines every day, went to the different ages every day, we'd be whole human beings. Yeah? And what we're trying to encourage in our children is awe. Awe is a beautiful word, isn't it? Awe. It's just such a great word, isn't it? I'm in awe of you. Teenagers, what do teenagers do? The quality of the teenage act is to question. To ask the question, why? And it's a fantastic question, because up until this point, you know, the baby and the child, they've just been kind of going, whatever you say, yeah, whatever, yeah? The teenager asks the question why. And it's a fantastically powerful question. And we need, again, to learn from teenagers, because we need to ask the question why. We need to ask the question why on a frequent basis, because it's challenge to establishment, it's about change. Dad. Father. Dad, father. Big difference, isn't it? I'm the dad. I'm the father. So it's this. Oh, stretching. And we said, this is the father. This is the yoga of the father. The father goes and gathers things and brings them to the safety of this harbour. Here it is. This is the safety of this place. So he's going out and bringing things to it. And that's the yoga of the father. And that's a beautiful piece of yoga. And it's a beautiful exercise to do. If you do this long enough, if you do this too long, this becomes cancer. This becomes poison. Because it's fixed. Because it's not changing. And this becomes too big. Yeah? So culturally, we're doing this. We're doing this, you know, pension, insurance, all of these things, savings. And I'm not knocking them. They're very, very important. But I'm saying there's a change that happens in grandfathers. Grandfather energy is this. Giving it away. Yeah, so this idea that we're still drawing stuff to us, but we give it away. We start teaching. We start giving away. So this is what I'm doing. Yeah, this is why I'm here tonight. This is what I do. I'm becoming a grandfather. And I'm giving my stuff away. And I've started to realise that that's very, very important. So I write books and I do these shows and I do all this kind of bollocks. And I get on with it. Because what I'm interested in is I'm full of shit. You know, I'm just full of ideas. Yeah. I've been doing this for so long. And I've accumulated so much stuff that I have to get rid of it. And if I didn't get rid of it, no new stuff would come. Do you see what I'm saying? I'd just become an old file. And do you see the old gitness of that? You know, if we just hold on to it and we go, oh, nobody else knows this stuff. I am the keeper of this. This is my niche. This is what I do. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. But what I'm saying is what I'm interested in my gitness is to be able to give it away. Because when I give it away, other things come in. Nature abhors a vacuum. And I always use him as an example of eldership. Jeremy works with the teenagers, you know, when we do the social services stuff in Kent, he works with the teenagers. And Jeremy knits. So these teenagers, you know, these are streetwise kids off the hood, come into the wilderness, you know, come into the woods, and there's Jeremy knitting. And you can see them all, you know, they're all going, it really upsets them. Because he's a man. Jeremy's obviously a man. He's got a big bulb. And he's sitting there knitting. And he doesn't speak to them. He doesn't go, come on. He just sits there and knits. Yeah? And I guarantee you, within 2 days, there's kids all sitting there. Jeremy, show me how to do this. I've got to know. Because he's so secure in his maleness and being a knitter. He just sits there and knits. And then you have these street kids all sitting there next to him and go, Jeremy, show me, Jeremy, show me, look, I got this. And it's beautiful. And he never teaches anybody. He never goes, let's all sit down and knit. He just sits there all the time. That's a fucking elder. That's a dude. That's somebody who's secure in who he is as a human being. And you can see it, you know, there's a little twinkle in his eye because he knows it's fucking with their heads, you know. We start out as seeds in the soil. And as seeds in the soil, there's a huge amount of braveness in just breaking through the soil and actually growing, actually stretching up and going into the world and being in the world. And then as a flower, we flower, we blossom, we create a flower. And kind of culturally, we kind of think that's the best bit. But all of these bits are the same. They're the same thing. And none of them are more important than the other. So the flower then wilts, wilts back, and then compost. It creates compost for the seeds to come up through it.